So now we will begin by taking a nice deep breath in. Hold it to the count of 3 and then slowly exhale. And as you exhale, allow your shoulders to drop down and notice that very slight difference in how your shoulders are sitting. Isn't it easy to make a difference? So taking another nice deep breath in, as deep as you possibly can, really go for it this time, and hold it for as long as you comfortably can, and then slowly release. And as you release once again, let your shoulders drop down and loosen a little bit more than they were a moment ago. That's good. And now let your eyes close on your next outward breath, but stay focused on your breathing. And you may find that as your attention moves towards your breathing becomes more speeded up or more awkward. That's fine. It will pass. Just watch your breathing, notice your breath in and your breath out. And each time you take a breath in or you release a breath out, try to leave a little gap between the two. So as you breathe in, wait a moment and then slowly breathe out. Wait a moment. Then slowly breathe in. Wait a moment. And then slowly breathe out. And wait a moment. So continue to breathe in this way, creating that slight pause in between each inward breath and each outward breath. And while you continue to do this, I'd like you to imagine that you are sat in a special kind of spaceship, if you like. And the way to make this spaceship take you to another place, a place of peace, a place of tranquility and relaxation, you need to gently release and let go of all the things that weigh you down and hold you back. And so you continue to focus on your breathing, creating that little space in between each inward breath and each outward breath, and the space between each outward breath and the next inward breath. And all the time that you are doing this and quietly focusing on achieving that little precious gap between the two, between the two actions, between the two directions, you are gradually letting go of worries and stress, discomfort and dis-ease. And as you do so, your vibration begins to raise and your energy begins to lift. And that is what fuels this spaceship. And that is what makes it possible for this particular spaceship, if you like, to lift you up higher. And as you become slightly lighter, losing the worries, losing the stress, letting thoughts come and just sending them away again. Staying focused on creating that tiny little gap between each breath in and out. You let go of these things. And so from your feet, any weight is lost. From your ankles, your shins and your calves slowly become lighter and almost weightless. And you stay focused on your breathing. And know that your knees and your thighs and your hips are shaking off any energy that's been weighing you down. Anything you've been carrying in your base chakra that doesn't support you, especially at this time for this meditation. You stay focused on your breathing and creating that little gap between the inward breath and the outward breath. And knowing that your abdomen, your waist, your lower back is gradually becoming lighter, lighter in weight, lighter in colour, as your chakras can now open up a little bit more and your vibration rises. And so this spaceship, this capsule, whatever you'd like to call it, begins to lift up even further. And you stay focused on your breathing and still notice the changes that are happening within you. That lightness, that brightness, that freshness, as you shake off and lose off and let go of and set free all those energies that do not support you at this moment in time for your meditation tonight. And still focusing on your breathing in that beautiful way that you're doing it. Focusing on creating that gap between the outward breath and the inward breath. And the inward breath and the outward breath. Knowing that each time you hold that gap, just for a moment, you are enabling the energies that are holding you back and weighing you down to shake free. And so you become lighter up above your waist, in your ribs, you're moving up your back into your chest, your upper back into your shoulders, and your arms and your hands become lighter. Your shoulders are really loose like a raggy doll. And still focusing on your breath in that beautiful way. Holding that little gap between the outward breath and the inward breath. And allowing your vibration to rise and your chakras to open up naturally and instinctively as you shake off all those things that weigh you down, that trouble you, that are not supportive of this moment in time. And now your awareness can shift from your breathing because you have risen your vibration beautifully. And now you are being carried in this ship, carried through the skies, carried through the stars. And you might see or be aware of a big bright moon or many moons. But what really gets your attention are the brightness of a few stars in the sky. And one of these stars catches your attention in particular. It seems to stand out a little bit more than all the others. And you find yourself thinking or wishing that you could actually go there. And no sooner have you thought that, when the ship changes direction and moves directly towards your chosen star. Slowly and gracefully, it slides through the skies, moving through different layers of vibration on its journey. And all you need to do is stay relaxed. And whenever any troublesome thought begins to come back, focus again on the gap between your breath. That gap between your inward breath and your outward breath, or your outward breath and your inward breath, and those thoughts go. And so the ship continues towards the star. It is your energy that is driving this ship. It is your energy and your focus that is taking you towards your chosen star. You might be aware of other stars that you pass by, but it's this one ahead of you that has really got your attention. As you come close to the star, you notice it has what appears to be like a shimmering, illuminating light in its very center. And when you land, you're able to step out onto the star. Notice how the surface feels beneath your feet, how very different it is to anything you have experienced before. And you move towards that very bright, illuminating light that seems to be in the center. You find a channel that leads in. And as you move into the channel, you're aware that you have become part of this star. there is a flow of movement, like the flow of waters. And these flowing, energetic waters are moving in an upward spiral in the center of this star. So you allow yourself to be carried by this illuminating, uplifting channel of waters in the center of this star. And you finally come to the ultimate point, which is buried deep within the center of this star. And here there are gentle sprays of water that wash over you, and yet they're not wet. They have the strangest light touch. But what you can feel, and you do begin to absorb from them, is that kind of feeling of being loved. And you find as you stay here and allow yourself to feel that sensation of being loved, you remember a time when you felt that in your life. You may have been very young. It may have been yesterday. But it is that very strong feeling and knowing that you are loved, and accepting that feeling, allowing it to go into your very heart, allowing that knowledge and that well-deserved sensation to be a part of you. Accept the gift of love while you're here. Allow yourself to absorb that energy more and more as the spray of waters, which are in fact love energy. Allow those channels to come through you. Accept them in your heart, and all the time that you are receiving this pure love, non-judgmental, just love. You know deep down that you have always been worthy of this. You just didn't feel it, perhaps. But now you can absorb as much as you can. And the more you absorb it, the more memories you have of those occasions when you have been loved and you knew it, you felt it, you can feel it again now in your heart and your very soul. So I'm going to leave you here to enjoy this wonderful, gentle experience of love, and take in as much as you possibly can. And I'll call you back in a bit. when you are full to overflowing in that most wonderful feeling of love, it's time to emerge back on the surface of the star. And so you follow the channel through, and you find yourself confronted with what looks like a slide made of clear glass or clear crystal, maybe even carved out of very clear ice. But it runs from a tip of this star all the way back down the way you came. So when you're ready, sit on the slide, give yourself that gentle push, and make your way back. As you come down closer and closer, chunking down the energies, gradually becoming aware more of your physical body. And then once again focusing on your breathing, your breath in and your breath out. But as you breathe in now, you are breathing in to feel your body. So breathe in and feel your lungs filling up. And as you exhale, feel and be aware of that breath coming out of your mouth. And then you realise that once again you are sat quite still. You give yourself a moment to become aware of your head and the weight of your head on your neck, and then the head and the neck on your shoulders, and you roll your shoulders a little bit, and that's when you notice your arms. And so you raise an arm and wriggle your fingers of one hand, and then lift the other arm and wriggle the fingers of that hand. And as you place your hand back down, you notice the flesh that you placed your hand on. So taking another nice deep breath in now, and notice your back. Is it touching the back of the chair? Can you lean back and touch the back of the chair or something else that's nearby? Move from side to side. Wriggle your hips. Move your legs. Wriggle your feet. That's it. Allow your awareness to be fully back into your body, in your space, where you are now. And you might notice the sounds around you again. So just touch your shoulders, tap your shoulders, touch your face, open your eyes, then touch the top of your head 3 times and the back of your neck 3 times. Tap it. That's right. Hello and welcome back.